Welcome back. This is Aussie Wristwatch. I'm Jessica Lally, and I thought today we'd talk about the Omega, the METAS test, because when I bought my Omega, I got this little packet with it, and because of the excitement of getting a fancy watch, I didn't really pay much attention to it. And the lady in the store, she was like, "And this is your Master Chronometer certificate," and I took it off her and I went, "Gee, thanks." And then I went home and I forgot all about it. And I was like, I have no idea what that means. And then I've seen the METAS test talked about online since. And so today I thought I'd have a quick look at what exactly that means, which is in the spirit of this channel: reviews, learning a little bit about watches, and just generally having some fun. So before we get started, click the like button for me, guys. Thank you so much in advance. And please subscribe. I'm almost at 100 subscriptions. It's been less than a month. Yes, so please help me out with that. I'm really having some fun and I'm learning a lot on this journey. So let's get into it. Okay, the METAS test. Now I should say that I looked up my watch because there is a website on the back of this certificate which allows you to log on, put in your watch details, and get the test results from your actual watch. I mean, how cool is that? I thought that was a pretty cool gimmick. So I've done that today. We're going to go through them at the end. But let's get started. So in order to get the master certification or undertake the METAS test with the Swiss Federal Institute of Metrology, I mean, I really do love that name. But anyway, you have to already have a watch that is COSC certified, and it needs to be a Swiss made watch. So they are the preconditions to getting that watch in the door to get it tested. So what do they do? Okay, we're going to go through them briefly here. And I'm not a technical expert, but I think this is a pretty good layman's rundown of the METAS test. So test 1 is a 2-position accuracy test. It's uncased and it's done under 15,000 gas environment. Now the test 2 is almost identical, but this time the 2-position accuracy test is done cased, and again it's done under the 15,000 gas magnetic environment. Now in effect, if your watch passes this test, you can take it in an MRI machine. That is what I have read online on various sources. But I'm not going to test that theory. But if anyone has actually done that or tested that theory, could you please let me know in the comments? Because I'm a little bit keen. Because when you get an MRI and you got to take everything off. Anywho, test 3 is the 6-position accuracy test over 24 hours. Once it's magnetized and done, and once demagnetized, and then they compare the deviation. There's a 5-second window that's acceptable to METAS for this test. Now, test 4 rounds out the first 3 days of testing, so it's very rigorous, but it's a multi-position accuracy test at different temperatures. 14 hours at 33 degrees Fahrenheit, and then 10 hours at 23 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty cool, huh? Test 5 is the 6-position test accuracy with positions changing every 60 seconds, and that is meant to be to simulate day-to-day wear on the wrist, which is pretty damn cool. Test 6, it's a 6-position accuracy test at full wind in movement at 100% power reserve effectively, and then once again at the 33% power reserve. Test 7, fully wound and test accuracy as the power runs down to 0 over 60 hours. Now my Omega is a 55-hour power reserve, so it's to test that function, those last 2 tests. Now test 8, the final test, is Subversive pressure test, and it's a water resistant test. So basically my diver watch is 300 meters water resistant, so they test it past 25% of the 300 meters. And once that test is complete, they actually heat the watch to 50 degrees, and then they apply a drop of cold water on the crystal because they're testing for condensation, because obviously there's a leak. It's pretty cool. So how did my watch do? Well, I will pop up the test results that you get when you go to the website so you can have a look. But effectively, my baby passed with distinction and flying colors, so I'm super proud. Let's just quickly go through them. So test 1, function, chronometer certified movement during exposure. Test limit 15,000 gas, passed. And this is a pass or fail. Same with the next one, function of watch during exposure in a magnetic field, again, passed. Test 3, deviation of daily chronometric precision after exposure to the 15,000 gas, again. 0 to 5 seconds a day is the test limit. Mine was 2.4 seconds a day. Next test, average daily chronometric precision of the watch. Again, test limit 0 to 6 seconds a day, 4.6 seconds, it passed. The power reserve, simple pass or fail, passed, tick. Deviation of chronometric precision in 6 positions with a test limit of 0 to 14 seconds per day. I passed, or the watch passed, I should say, at 5.7 seconds a day. The deviation of chronometric precision between 100% and 33% power reserve, with test limits being between 0 and 10 seconds a day. This baby passed at 1.1 seconds a day. Woohoo! And the final test, which is water resistance, a simple pass or fail. My baby passed again with flying colors. So there you have it. The METAS test in a very brief, very layman's term nutshell to help you guys understand. If you didn't already know, if you did, please forgive me. You've probably already tuned out anyway. Look, just something to learn. I thought it was only Omega that did this test, but in my research, I found that Tudor also do this test on their black ceramic. And there's a big spiel about that on their website. So, you know, given Tudor is part of like baby of Rolex, I think it's pretty interesting that they've also decided to use this as a point of differentiation and not just simply to say it's COSC certified. Sure, it's another marketing tool, but it's a pretty cool tool to have, right? Like they're not bullshit tests. They're pretty rigorous. Let me know what you think about the METAS test, whether it's a value add or not, whether you care when you go to buy a watch. And again, guys, thank you so much for watching my channel. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like. Help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Please subscribe if you haven't already to help me hit the 100. Next goal will be 1,000. We can do this. All right, guys, as always, thank you.